Mhm. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome once again to teamDinmaNedum 22nd wedding anniversary love-a-thon, and this is day 2 with the couples. So if you're here, please go and tell your friends, go and tell your loved ones, go and tell every marriage that you want to see thriving that we have gone live. If you're also here and you attended the first episode, which was last week, where we tried to debunk the culture of self-interest in marriage, please also share with us what did you take from there? What did you take from there? Because in a moment, I will be bringing on stage a beautiful woman who would anchor this intro. So, Yin Layefa, how are you today?
I'm doing great, and I trust you both are well also.
We are doing fine. So, take over and we'll see you on the other side.
Okay. For me, last week couple session was commitment over convenience. Commitment over convenience. That was profound for me. Okay, good evening, everybody, wherever you are joining from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Yefa broadcasting from Abuja, Nigeria. Yes, I'm so super excited to be here with us this evening and doing this with this amazing family, this team. Okay, so Team Dimanedu's 2 decades, 2 decades of love, of beauty, of strength. Now, this that 22nd wedding anniversary, okay, and what they do is instead of just going to Sheraton or somewhere to just have the feel by themselves, they have decided to put together this one to help us. And we are looking at the soul of marriage, challenging the counterculture of self-interest. So you're welcome to Love-A-thon 2025. Now, the objective here is simple, all right? It's an annual marriage empowerment series that is hosted by our beloved Dima and Nedum, who will be to celebrate their wedding anniversary and share their journey with others. How far they have gone, the challenges they encounter, how they navigated, and how they have come out so strong and so beautiful. So, in spite of the negative narratives or news about marriage is not working, believe me, there are still happy marriages. There are still happy, flourishing marriage. People that are enjoying marriages, ordinary people like you and I that are enjoying marriage. And this program is one of those that will help you if you have not started, to enjoy. And if you are there and you are not, this is also something that is going to help you. So through this Love-A-thon, we aim to inspire, hmm, educate, married couples and singles on timeless wisdom and practical life experiences, that we can learn to become to build thriving relationship. Now, while we are at that, I would like to chip in something. All right. There is a program we call Na Dem Go They Rush You. Na Dem Go They Rush You. Now Dem Go They Rush You is a personal harmony program, and this program is suitable for people over 18 and above, single, whether they are divorced, you've dated, you've never dated, you are new in the arena, you are not new in the arena. It's an 8-week program that's designed to help you embrace your true love or our true words, your true self, boost your confidence, and express yourself in an authentic way in a relationship. This program is going to equip you with the tools to understand and assert your values. ensuring that you don't settle for less. And so, through guided exercises, practical insights, transformative sessions, you will develop the self assuredness to navigate relationships on your own. You're not going to be lost in the sea. You're not going to be confused. You're not going to be like, what do I do? You will not sit where you are being, getting less than what you deserve, because you will know even before you get in there. And when you are about to date or going in, you will get the signals also. This program is, that intentional to help you. And so, for parents out there, come close. Have you experienced heartbreak growing up? Being jilted, being dumped, moving from one toxic relationship to another? Come close. You never experience it. Come close. I'm sure you don't want your children to experience it also. So if you have children 18 and above, please, I beseech you by the mercies of God, sign up. Please bring your children here so that they can have, beautiful relationship, so that they can be who they need to be, and then go into relationships to do relationships right. And interestingly, the program is an online program, so distance is not a barrier. You can connect from wherever you are in the world. All right. So all you need to do is, gain access to the academy online. You can watch pre-recorded modules, attend live lectures or coaching calls every week, Saturdays precisely, or time that is set based on the peculiarity of the time you're doing yours. Join the WhatsApp community. You share your learnings, share your thoughts, ask questions, and interact with other participants. So you can learn so much from this program, a lot. And we are going to be putting the link there, so you can click the link, all right, and get to know more about this program. Now, them go, they rush you. Okay, and the batch 4 is going to be starting this month, July 28th, this month. So we are going to put the link shortly so that you can click the link. If it's not already there, you're going to click the link and then you continue. Okay, so for today, every Saturday, the sessions are for couple, all right, and then the Sunday sessions are designed for the singles, to help you know what to do. There are some persons that are scared and afraid of going into marriage. Hey, when you come here, you will not be, you'll be taught, what to do, how to handle it, and so you can thrive in a relationship. Once again, my name is Yilayefa Elizabeth Adeleke, and you are welcome to LOVE-A-THON 2025. Today, we are looking at something really interesting. Remember, the theme is the soul of marriage. Don't lose sight of that. The soul of marriage. Without a soul, nothing can live. It will not live. So the soul of marriage, challenging the counter culture of self-interest. Me, myself, and I. As good as me, myself, and I is, it needs to come with balance. It needs to come with understanding. And so we are looking at breaking entitlement. Breaking entitlement. Today is breaking entitlement. We are going to be breaking some tables also. Breaking entitlement, cultivating gratitude, and humility in marriage. Cultivating gratitude and humility in marriage. And so I'm trusting that by the end of the session, you're going to be learning a lot. You're going to be taking away so much. You're going to recognize, all right, how entitlement erodes intimacy, all right, and connection in marriage. You probably will be able to identify subtle signs of entitlement in your behavior or mindset, and probably in your partner. You will also embrace the power of gratitude and humility to transform your marriage. If you have not done before, I have seen people that they find it difficult to say thank you. They find it difficult to say I'm sorry. All right. Some persons feel that, why should I say thank you? Is a responsibility? Is his responsibility? So he's doing what he's supposed to do. Why do I need to say thank you? It has the power to transform your relationship. And I also trust that we are going to be living here today with some practical steps, tools, or strategies to implement gratitude and humility in our home. So, once again, welcome to LOVE-A-THON 2025. Okay, if you are on right now, can you tell us where you are joining from, where you are connecting from, where you are joining from, where you are connecting from? Let us know where you are joining from. Very soon I'm going to hand over to Coach Dima and Nidu, but let me know where you are joining from very quickly, very quickly. Okay. All right. Now, entitlement is a silent killer of gratitude. Entitlement is a silent killer. Entitlement has the capacity to, cause you and your spouse to disconnect. Entitlement can erode intimacy in your marriage, can make you to disconnect with your partner when you begin to develop that entitlement mentality, that belief of you owe me, I deserve a thank you, I deserve this, I deserve that, I've gone to work all day, so why should I be the one to do this? You should say thank you, you owe me this, you owe me that. The entitlement mentality has the power to kill gratitude. Now, gratitude is simple. Appreciate you, humility could be, all right, I'm not above serving you. Humility could be you saying sorry when you have heard, all right. Now, don't do this from a selfish or a conceited place. Don't be selfish. Be sincere when you are doing it. Even the good book has told us, do nothing from selfish ambition. The good book has told us to serve one another. So, serving one another in humility is not out of place. It's one of those things that will make our marriages to bloom. One of those that make our marriages beautiful, that will strengthen our marriages and help us to have fulfilling relationship. Okay, so I think it is time that I'm going to hand over to Dima and to over to you, please. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, everyone that joined us already and those who will later join us. And so, if you are here, go to your WhatsApp group, your partner, your siblings, your friends that are married. Tell them something is happening here. The Loverton season 3 is on, and day 3. And so, thank you, Coach Laefa, for doing a wonderful introduction and being our partner in pushing the progress of family life. And today, my happy anniversary month. We have been over kissing today. I just told her, the kissing of today, we not kiss like that for so long. We kissed in the expressway, kissed in near the bush, kissed. I say, this anniversary month is so sweet. Though. I wish it's like this always. And so marriage is beautiful. And today we are looking at a topic which is dear to our heart and is breaking the entitlement mentality, cultivating gratitude and humility in marriage. And I was listening to an Igbo YouTube channel just a few hours before we started this Love-A-Thon, and the host and the guest were discussing how Igbo men need to be very intelligent this time, that there is what we call prenup agreement, that they should go and get it before going to court for the registrar. That's what it means, in according to what they are discussing, that since the man is the one that does everything in marriage financially, and so once the woman coming with nothing, once there's a prenup, it protects the man's property. And once the woman leaves, she goes with nothing, because it is what you bring in is what you go with. So if the lady came in with only 10,000, where she's going, she'll go back with 10,000, and the man is secure, having all his fortune secure, and even the children that the woman will bear as a result of that relationship. And as I was listening to that, I was so saddened how people are promoting this ideology. And it rings bell why we are countering this narrative of coming with an entitled mentality, coming to marriage because you think that everything about relationship is monetized. Everything about relationship is monetized. And therefore, if there is no monetary value to that service, which can go to the bank, you are bringing nothing to the relationship. And so I want to start by this quote that is dear to me. Marriage is not built on what we are owed, but what we are willing to give. Marriage is not built on what we are owed, but what we are willing to give. And so that is why there's a situation, a session where a couple was having great and amazing and great challenges in their relationship. And as I was listening, I saw where this entitlement crept and broke the marriage, almost getting to divorce. And the argument from one of the partner was, I picked you from the gutter, from nowhere, your family is poor, you were 16 then, I got married to you, you finished your secondary school, you went to the university, you were at home, I raised your junior siblings, I ensured that your parents are okay, and who dare you come to complain that I'm cheating? Who dare you come to complain and calling my in-law and calling my parents, calling my siblings that I'm cheating on you? If you know where you are coming from and what I have done to your family, you would have been on your knees and be begging me every day for changing your life and the entire life of your family. So therefore, you have no right to demand for any form of accountability. And this man was serious, seeing the other partner as an ingrate, simply because other people wish to be in the position where she is currently, and they will be excited and rejoicing over it. And so we see this narrative everywhere. And it's not just this big one, it can also be the simple ones. So I remember the particular time I asked for a particular kind of soup, and I gave the money for that in the morning, expecting to come in the evening and have a sweet, loving, garnished soup that I love, one Igbo soup that I loved. I won't mention it, okay? And
Why?
so, okay, bitter leaf, it takes a lot of process to do. So on coming to be served, I was given what was previously stored in the fridge. And I was thinking, who how would a wife who have been given money in the morning and you were told what you want to eat, only telling you to eat what was already 2 or 3 days you have ate, what is the purpose? What was she doing? So as I was narrating it and bitter, I said, the women of these days, that is what we see. But I did not ask in the process what happened during the day. It was later she narrated she had purging stomach, she feel very sick, and that it just got better this evening. It was until then I was like, oh. So I have already judged the situation, saying that I was not treated as I deserve. I was not treated like a king. That if it was my mother, that even before she was coming, would also add pounded yam, not even just semo. And so that comparison was making me feel like I deserve to be treated better. I deserve to be treated more. And in so many ways, we see this narrative, we see this situation creeping into our marriage gradually before it eventually own our mindset, our attitude, and how we behave. And so when we look at the topic today, entitlement in marriage refers to that mindset where a partner feels that they have the right to certain behaviors, to certain attitude, to certain outcome without necessarily putting into consideration the feelings, the needs of their partner. So therefore, it means that your entire thinking is focused on you. So we could see it as that inherent belief that you deserve every special privilege and treatment without a corresponding reciprocity to your partner. So you are centered on yourself. You are the king and your wife is the subject. You are the master and she is the slave. Or thereabout, it also has seen a situation whereby a guy who was in the bank then married to a billionaire daughter, and in the course of a lot of promises to enhance the life of the new couple, the wealthy father did the wedding for them, bought a house, bought amazing jeep, gave them whole son of money. The guy have to even resign to manage one of the businesses of the father-in-law. And so anytime they have any form of disagreement, the lady calls the father and the mother, and they start lashing the husband as angry. So we come to a situation where the man had no say, whatever it is, because everything he is receiving at that moment, he was privileged to have it. He was privileged to enjoy it. So he should take the rubbish and swallow every form of pride, whether it be a husband or not. It doesn't matter, because even everything that is in the house was paid by his father, was paid by his rich parents, the cars, everything. So if he kicks him out, he's just going out with his boxers. And that eventually happened. After 3 or 4 years, that eventually happened. And so entitlement turns love into debt. Entitlement turns love into death. Because when you are entitled, you think your partner owes you something. You think that you deserve to be paid back. You think you have every right to do what you like, and their partner is indebted to you as if it's a transaction, as if it has a balance sheet. And so, in as much as to an extent, marriage survives and thrives with some level of reciprocity, but it cannot be on a balance sheet of 50-50. When people say marriage is 50-50, they are saying if I give you 4, I'm expecting 4. If I give you 10, I'm expecting 10. But how can we think that marriage will be on a reciprocity or an entitled mentality when we cannot actually give in corresponding to what we demand? So, for example, a man goes to the work, he earns, the wife works from home, earns a little, but take care of the home. So, because when we come to the monetary aspect, you are bringing 80% of the fund and she's bringing 20. What of the time and effort of cooking, of giving you a sound meal, of taking care of your children, and all domestic things that the lady does? How do you use that as an equivalent in terms of monetary to balance the 80% you are bringing? Or how do you think that because you are serving food and it's only money that the person is bringing, can money turn to food? Can money turn to giving you babies? Or when you now come to fight, to say that these children, you gave him a male son for inheritance. What has she done for you for giving him 3 male sons? I mean, 3 sons. So we see the fight always because we feel we deserve. Yes, we know that marriage sustainability is based on meeting needs, but those needs cannot be itemized as much as they are a giving into the relationship. And so what are the behaviors that shows that you are feeling entitled in your relationship? What are the attitudes that make you begin to see that entitlement mentality is creeping into the marriage you are building? Because once you can identify them, once you can see those subtle signs creeping in, it will become a pattern or a way of your thinking. So, number one is expecting special treatment. Your partner expects you to cater for all their needs without reciprocating or showing appreciation, mostly having unrealistic expectation. And so once you have done something for your partner, say, why should I thank her? Why should I thank my husband for bringing in money? Why should I thank my wife for cooking? Why should I thank her for ironing my clothes? Why should I thank him for giving me or paying my mother's bill or helping me to raise funds that I need? Why is the thank? It's his responsibility. Of course, it's his responsibility. So you expect that without any form of return or appreciation. You are feeling owned. One partner feels that you own and accept response, affection, and forgiveness because of your status, whether in the society or in the relationship. Because we put up relationship in such a way that we are never seen as having equal dignity in the relationship. We see a particular gender as less equal, even when we look at it from biblical perspective, even from the author and the preaching, we are meant to see sometimes in the teaching that you are a subject because God crowned man, and therefore you are existing to serve him. In fact, there was one teaching I saw that was I started laughing when I said that God made a mistake to create woman. So it is after realizing the mistake that he now created woman to help the man. So everywhere any woman is, know that you are a product of a mistake when God realized that man did not find a suitable partner. And so I imagine the people who were there listening to this teaching of a very renowned pastor, very wonderful pastor, what will be going on in the minds of young people who are preparing for relationship. And that is what we are here to, not just to correct, but we can have honest and sincere conversation. And so that we can see that every human being deserves the dignity to be appreciated, to be loved, to be respected, and to be seen in that relationship. Because every time you are serving your partner, every time you are giving your partner, you are giving to yourself. You are building your relationship. You are building your potentials. You are building legacy. Not because the surname is your name, but because in teams, it's about cooperation, it's about collaboration, it's about partnership. So the third one is assuming responsibilities without shared expectation of the agreement. And this breaks down communication. Demanding without reciprocating. Yes, marriage is a selfless giving. But even in that giving, you should also be able to do as much as you can in your capacity, in your ability, and in your talent. So even you can measure to whatever indicators or parameters you are using, you can do something. You can give something. You can be available for something. We are not saying be of equal in that regard, but always see yourself as somebody who can offer as a reciprocative gesture to what your partner is doing. Number four, lack of appreciation. Not saying thank you for the little things. I call it little because sometimes those little things may look insignificant, but once it's built up, it becomes a contribution to the relationship. It becomes something that you can't even do. Because sometimes we show forth our own strengths and think that our strength should be the strength of our partners. We think that our own capacity in a gifted area or in a skill should match the one of your partner. No, in complementarity, it is coupling of your strength, your weakness to the strength and weakness of your partner. And in fusing those synergy, it produces the best of that relationship. And lastly, the fifth one is based on past experience of upbringing. When you are raised in a place or in a situation, in an environment where you are overtly pampered, everybody is singing your praise right from when they give you birth. So you think that the world is bowing to you. You think that the whole world is responding to your desire, that the whole world is yearning for you wherever you show up. So you might carry that into a relationship, especially for those who are the only child, only sons, and having so other siblings which are the opposite sex. You may be so adored, So there was a time somebody came to our family. We have our first three children are girls, and the last one, but I was calling him the king of the house, the owner of the house. And I said it, did you read my will, or did you read our will, where we have allocated this house to this young boy who is just 6 years old? You are telling him, don't forget that you are the king, you are the heir apparent. And so when people are overtly pampered, they might bring it into relationship, expecting that the other partner will adore them as their parents, their environment, and other people have done them. And so I will stop here. And in the answering of the questions, and with the great, amazing guests we have, we will look at how do we, in the process, change this narrative and bring that team-centered mindset of appreciation and humility in serving one another, so that we can not just have a blessed relationship, but we'll also have a flourishing one. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. And that is amazing. So you can drop your learnings. What have you picked so far? Because I can't wait to bring in our guests. So one of the things we wanted to address, and we know because in this society, self-centeredness is growing. People are seeing marriage as, oh, I deserve more, my partner needs to do more, I deserve more. What if both each of the partner is saying, I want to give more? Because see how it works. When you give more and your partner reciprocates, not because, and there's something critical I want us to address here. It's about that wholesome giving, because entitlement can also begin to creep in when you are measuring what you're giving in comparison with what your partner is giving. So that's why I've never been an advocate of 50-50, because if you stay with the 50-50 mentality, you could even begin to get entitled, because when you feel like I have done my own 50, so he should also do his 50. What if at that time he's not emotionally okay to give 50% emotional availability? What if I'm able to give 100%? Why will I withdraw it? Because I'm measuring 50-50, right? So I believe that when you are in a committed relationship and you want to give more, and your partner wants to give more of themselves, that's how everybody has their own love tank filled. All right. So again, how does entitlement, if we look at entitlement and we see it as, should we, maybe the question I will drop before we bring in our guests that I need us to just reflect on: should marriage now be where you have no expectations? Because we're saying, oh, if you have unrealistic expectations, should we not have any expectations in marriage? Is that what we're saying? No. But I would say to you that when you expect less, you will appreciate more. Because if you come in to give your all and everything your partner gives, you see it as a gift. Really, nobody owes you anything. Everything your partner does is by free will, is by free choice. And like we say, even of our supreme being, God, "Na-ekene na nke o mee, o mekwa ọzọ." If you thank God for the things He does for you, He will do more. It's also the same way for us, children of God. When you feel that your efforts are appreciated, you're likely going to be motivated to do more. So that's what we're talking about: breaking entitlement mentality. And I want to invite our guests to come on right now so that we can begin to talk about what is the solution to entitlement. Joining us on stage tonight is a couple that we admire greatly. We have met them on the pathway of family life. It is Dr. Theophilus. I like that name because it's my husband's name and is the beloved of
You
God,
didn't know.
Yeah.
and his amazing wife, Dr. Oke Ekere. So we are humbled to be here with you. We are celebrating 22. Please help them know that we like to roll with our seniors. How many years will your marriage be this 2025?
To be 20,
28.
28.
What are you
Can you hear
celebrating
us?
this year?
Eh?
28.
28.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
You
Wow.
see, last week we had Team Lawrence 2025 this year.
Mm.
Today we have 28 this year. Let's wait and see the couple for next year. I think we are the senior of those ones because we want to mix the generations. So you are welcome, Team Ekere. So let's quickly go into today's conversation. We're talking about breaking entitlement, cultivating gratitude and humility in marriage. And this entitlement mindset is so loud. And one of the things we want to do is be vulnerable here to say, how have we experienced it and what did we do? So that if somebody is also in that situation, what can they do? So I'm going to be hitting you with that immediately because entitlement mentality it's not so loud. It
Mm.
doesn't come and announce itself. It could creep in silently. In your 28 years of marriage, have you ever felt that your spouse owed you something? And how did that affect your connection? That's our first question.
Thank you, Dima and Nedu, for having us here in your platform, in your space, to celebrate
22,
with you
yes.
your 22nd wedding anniversary, Love-A-THON. That time I said Love-A-THONIC couples. We are very grateful and we are very grateful. It's a good fashion, to celebrate an event like this instead of takeaway packs and rice and all those stuff. So we really appreciate it, and I believe a lot of people will benefit from it and get delivered from this entitlement mentality. So we are grateful. Like I said, we are 28 here. We'll be 28 by November. And
So
my
we are 27. Still
so
what,
hey,
27?
don't say that we are
Mm.
28.
Mm.
So my baby is here, and I think I will allow her to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having us on your platform. It's really a great honor. Just like my husband has said. The thing about what you do, what you stand for, is the fact that marriage can be done right. And we are on that path. We support that wholesomely, is what we're pursuing. And we just find out that sometimes you question you're asking, how can entitlement creep in because it doesn't announce itself? It's, you know, getting into the marriage relationship itself, you need to prepare yourself. When you don't prepare yourself for it, the expectation can be everywhere and anything. And so for me, when I got married, when we just got married, I just found out that I expected him to read my mind. He should understand what I feel. So when he's feeling I'm not optimal, I'm not happy, or he will ask, what is that? Nothing, nothing. So when I say nothing, nothing, I expect him to know that something is off. So I wanted him to be a mind reader, but that never helped me. So over time, I got to know that you have to speak what you want, your expectation. For it to be met, it has to be communicated. So communication is one thing that will help, that helped me to get over that. He didn't even know anything like that, because when I was asking him, he say, I don't even know, I don't understand. So for him, everything is okay. You just want to, you're not a very active person, so you're okay. Even if you're not talking, everything is right. So not speaking what you want, not communicating what your needs are, can be something that can hold you back. And the thing is, if it's not dealt with silently, you just begin to feel I'm being ignored, my feelings don't matter, he doesn't even care how I feel. Meanwhile, the gentleman does not even know you're going through anything.
Let me come in here. Actually,
Fantastic.
since
Fantastic.
you
Yeah, since you invited us, I've been scanning my brain, scanning the marriage. You know, where exactly has there been any entitlement mentality? Even yesterday, I was still asking her because whatever she says is the truth. You know, so for me, our marriage has been very unique, and unique in the sense that this is not, apart from the incident that she referred to, we really don't really have, I mean, somebody may be doubting what is this one saying. We don't really have this issue of this mentality because our love is mutual. You know, the respect is mutual, the act of gratitude is mutual, everything is mutual. You know, mutual in the sense that to the extent to which we don't really expect much from each other. Everything is done. Like for me, by mere conversation with her, you know, I can pick one or two things, two needs from her without even asking. Like I was telling her, if you look at her generally, 80% of what she is today, she didn't ask for it. She didn't ask for it because I'm very sensitive in when we have conversation. We talk a lot, we gossip a lot, we talk a lot. After work, we are on the bed, we are talking. So in the course of talking, I can just pick one or two things and I'm acting on it. But the issue here is that she wouldn't even want me to even get anything for her, right? Because, you know, because she will think what I'm going to buy is too expensive, you know, maybe somebody is cheating on me. So that has been the issue.
Okay.
All right. So I get that. So what I'm taking from you, sir, is that um, when as spouses, we are mindful and present in our relationships, we can, as much as Oke said that, don't expect your partner to be a mind reader. You should express yourself. You are also coming to say, if you are in a committed relationship, you can also be mindful and present to notice what's going on with your spouse so that you can be able to provide that for them. And by doing that, it won't get to a point where the person is feeling neglected and it will now not create room for entitlement, right? That's what I picked. Sir, have you ever felt like your wife owed you something apart from the onubu soup that did not come when you wanted it?
Yeah, I was sharing with you when I said I would advise single people that when they get married, those early times in their marriage, be shining Congo as much as you can shine. Oh, be shining it. Oh.
Our
Because
audience do not know what shining Congo
because
is.
as you grow and age in the relationship, and depending on how active and professional pathway your partner becomes, you might having less of the person's time, less of the person's commitment to you personally. When the children come, you have three, four children, they are school, they are feeding, taking care of them. You might begin to have lesser attention that no lesser attention compared to where you just married and there are no kids, no promotion, not much responsibilities to society, church, ministry. You may have so much time for your partner, but over the time as they grow, you may be having less, and so you might come into that moment where you are thinking, am I still an important person in this equation? Am I still relevant as I was? Because there's always a comparison of before and now, before and now. And so I see it as that if we are growing, it's not the quantity of time, especially for now, we have a lot of teenagers. It's not the quantity of time, but the quality of time. So if we look at the quality of time, then I think I'm having a meaningful relationship compared when I was have quantity of time. And so it is based on the stages of our relationship. And in some years to come again, all these children will be on their own. We will now be left with quality and quantity. And so there's a sense of sometimes you feel, is she not knowing that the husband is around?
Is she not knowing that you need Congo? Because you are beating around the bush now. Call a spade a spade. So where you feel old is like, some when she's busy and she's attending to other things, she's
And
not
I
giving
am
you
in the
Congo.
last, yes,
Eh,
coming backfired.
so that happens. Because Doc, did you know what he was saying when he was parambulating? And that's the
I
reality.
understand.
Because
Is it
a
see,
time came
the
where,
the thing is marriage, if I may say something about this, marriage is in stages. By the
yes,
time you just married, you have just the two of you, you're enjoying yourself, and so by the
Uh,
time the children come, attention is divided. But even at that, you have to be
yeah,
intentional to pay attention to your spouse so that you don't feel neglected, because most times what happens is the woman has the lion's share of it all, because she has the children to herself. Either she's breastfeeding,
mm,
she's caring, she's the main person focus. And when the man is not involved, it not feels like he's neglected. No, the man should be part of raising the child. He should be involved in it. Are you changing diaper? He's giving you diaper that you're changing. He's helping to take one away. He's helping with food, so you don't feel neglected. You're part of the process, you're part of the system also. Except you're doing that, you're involved in it, you will feel definitely neglected. An example of this is, there was a couple I was handling in marriage counseling, and the man was saying he doesn't, the wife is very busy after church, she's attending to this, she's doing that. She wouldn't come home, and she comes to church very early, he doesn't come. And I told him that, why don't you look at it that the reason why you have so much time and you're missing your wife is because you're not functioning in any department in church. Because if you are in a department in church, you will come early just like your wife is coming. You will both come to church with the children, and when you finish with your own in your department, you will both go home. So it means you're both involved in what you're doing. You're having time of bonding beyond deliberately sitting down to bond. So that goes a long way to help. So if it's the season when the children are there, which is very hectic, if I must say, but both
mm,
of you being involved in it will help you feel among, you're still part of what is going on, and not feel neglected. So you don't feel like entitled. I married you, I came first before you people, and now you're taking over the my wife, and I don't have my wife again. Because if you don't get involved in it, after a while it becomes a challenge. Like we are now, we are empty nester, so we just have two of us. If we didn't have the time of bonding and all those ones, by now maybe what will happen, I'll move to another flat, we'll be here, because we won't have anything we're doing together. So you just have to be
yeah.
intentional spending time together, otherwise the margin will begin to widen as you're getting older.
yeah.
I totally agree with you. Let's move on to the next question. But in our case, we don't have small children. No, it's busyness of coaching time. I have sessions Monday to Saturday, evening programs. And so when I finish, I want to sleep. And this man is saying he wants to shine Congo. So that's why he's saying that his Congo is suffering in this my business. So we will continue to find ways of, you
Around it.
know, attending to everything. But it's the reality of life. So let's talk about, somebody is listening to us. We're saying that when a partner appreciates the little efforts that you make, you want to do more. But people are in marriages where their partners do not even have the spirit of appreciation. So this person is saying, yes, I know that my little efforts, if appreciated, will make me do more. So can you talk, what hope can you give to a partner listening to us today who is trying her best, his best, but the spouse does not see, why should I thank you for fixing a meal? What did I marry you for? Why should I thank you for providing money? That's your responsibility. This one you are saying thank her, thank her. That's how it will be getting into her head. That's how it will be getting into his head. When you do your, I've seen somebody in counseling tell me that when you get married, you know that what you're getting married is serious business. You're expected to cook, you're expected to clean, you're expected to take care of your home. So why should I thank you for doing your responsibility? If there's a partner here who is on that receiving end,
You
what do
don't
you
feel
say to
good.
such a person?
See, the culture that we have of marriage, and it's changing with time. Before now, in the time of our parents, when they marry, the men go out to work, the women stay back home to take care of the children. And that's practically what they do. Maybe they will be a petty trader, just sell things around the house. So they are there 247. But now, the life we're living now, both man and wife, they go out to go and do something and they come back. So it means if we look at it that, okay, the role of the man is to provide for the family, he's the head, he should do everything, and then the woman's role is to take care of the house, so you should cook, I shouldn't tell you thank you. That will not work anymore, because that model is fast eroding. Because I am go out, I work, and I bring in
Mm,
money. He is going out, he's working, he's bringing in money. The money I'm
mm,
bringing in should be felt in the family in the same way, because I take out time, I go out to work. It means some things that I need to do in the house, I may not have the time to do it the way I should do it. But one thing that I try to do while counseling couple is to say, even if you are the deputy, if the wife of the deputy governor, or you are the governor himself, you still know that your responsibility is to run the home. So even if you have an army of servants in the house, it's your responsibility to see to what they are doing, that they are doing it well, because that's supposed to be your primary
mm,
role. However, you're going out now to bring money in. In the same vein, the man that has seen that my wife is a great support to me, she's bringing in something, helping, should not frown at the fact that the food is not the way. Just the example that coach talked about, where he wanted onugbo soup and the soup is not ready by the time he came back. Nobody should die because the soup is not ready. If we extend grace to each person, knowing that everyone is moving beyond what they were supposed to do because of the complexity of life that we have today, I think we will do better, and that entitlement mentality will be reduced and gratitude will begin to take hold. Because if you don't appreciate that which the woman is bringing in, is the reason why she will say, okay, I no do again, the one I'm doing, I'm not being appreciated. And the man equally will feel like, with everything that I'm doing for you, you're still not grateful about it. So it will go, if we take off that limit of not being grateful and we begin to extend grace to one another, it will go a long way for us to be. Being gratitude means you're ready to, you're appreciating, you're seeing good in what the other person is doing, and you're not seeing it and keeping it in your mind, you're saying it to the person. You're telling the person, I appreciate what you're doing, thank
mm.
you very much for this soup that you made, oh thank you very much, oh you paid for the DSTV without me asking, thank you, I appreciate you. Because the woman is supposed to support the man, so what is support if you're not helping to solve the problems around him? That's it.
Coming in here, I
Mm,
think my what I would say here is we have to request, not place demand. You know, we have to be able to
mm.
Mm,
request, not place a demand, because the demanding attitude is what leads to that entitlement mentality.
Mentality.
And I think we also need to practice gratitude, you know, on a daily basis. We need to practice gratitude. Like you said, every little thing, like for her, I can just give her water, a cup of water to drink, and she's telling me thank you. And I love serving her. I'm the senior houseboy in this house, you know. So I love serving her, you know. I love serving her, you know. I love serving her because that is we model Christ in our marriage, you know. So we need to model Christ in our marriage because Christ said, He didn't come here
To
to be
be,
served.
yeah,
He
he
has
came
come
to
to
serve.
serve. So
so,
each time I'm with her, I see her as God, my in-law, and I have the daughter with me. So I do everything possible. So for us spouses, especially we the men, see your wife as such person and have that attitude of serving and show affection, unlimited affection. That is what we do here. Thank you.
mm,
Because somebody, thank you, Doc. Somebody put a question, a comment, and said this might sound funny, but it's a serious matter because it's really demoralizing and
discouraging.
discouraging. Sweetheart, that person that feels unappreciated, she's
Mm,
not feeling entitled,
yeah.
but she's feeling like the little effort I make are not appreciated.
Mm.
What do you say to that person?
I say if you have a long term mindset in marriage relationship. There are some attitudes, behaviors, and patterns of your spouse that he or she is not aware of because of upbringing and previous experiences. And that may also shape the way that person perceive or receive or give gratitude. You see children growing up, they don't say thank you. You see them becoming teens, they don't say thank you. You pay a school fees of a child, hand the teller, no thank you. You bought books, no thank you.
You teach them.
Even as much as I say you will learn later, that one is stubborn. That child will eventually carry on that behavior in the relationship called marriage. So we are seeing those things. So sometimes if you see where a person is coming from, we say if you know better, you will do better. While I'm not excusing that behavior, I have seen couples or a couple change over time. I've seen couples who mingle with other couples who are doing right. I've seen men who mingle with men who are doing right and later go back to change their behavior because they have known better and they are doing better. And so that is where the unconditional love in marriage comes in. I will always say there are times we are also ungrateful to God for some of the things behind the scene that He's doing that we are not aware of, while we are also complaining for the things not yet done. So human being is selfish and self-centered by nature, but it is the Holy Spirit that renews and transforms us to do so. And so for that person who is feeling unappreciated, who is feeling that I have never been told thank you, model the right and good behavior. As you consistently and continue to do that, your partner may catch up more than you even imagine. And that is why change is important. That is why prayer is important. That is why scriptures is important. And that is why also bringing yourself to learning opportunities are important. And when they come to a learning place, they cannot not learn. And so that is why we are doing this. We have our great seniors here sharing examples. We are sharing examples. People learn. And once they learn, they can do better. So if you are here listening to us, keep doing the best, keep enduring. Change is about to come.
Let me add a layer to this enduring. Oh, I agree, but let's also speak to the no, these things are real. And maybe you would get, and I'm not, so the men here, forgive me in advance. I'm not saying that there are no men who feel that their efforts are not appreciated. However, in the past 3 5 years, I have seen more women in their marriages who feel that their efforts are not appreciated. So it's both ways, right? And let me be honest with you, I have seen souls crushed by this. Like you literally doing everything and the partner is turning the other way. As much as you would appreciate the fact that probably the person was not trained, did not learn. That's why I don't take it easy with our children. Gratitude and thanks is an integral part of our culture. And so once you are not doing it, I call you back because I don't want to ever have a child who does not appreciate things. So what I'm going to say to that person, whether man or female, as much as you continue to do, please protect your heart. Don't allow yourself slip into resentment and bitterness.
Yeah.
And this may be unpopular, but let's be real. Reduce these things you are doing so that you do not be, your heart is not so heavy. I'm not saying do the minimal, but protect your heart. Right? A lady said to me one time, she stopped caring about certain things for her husband because he was not caring for her. So she would just do the minimal. I don't know whether that's extreme, but she said she had to do it to feel at peace because she was now like feeling literally the weight of the heaviness of her heart. And then with time, she developed high blood pressure and some complications. I always believe in love, but I always say to you, nobody is worth you dying for. If the resentment is too much for you to handle, please seek a therapist that would help you address it and lighten the load. Because if you die, the person will go and find another partner o. So you would have
Marry,
just
yes.
payment for nothing. So don't get to the point where somebody drags you to the point where your health is compromised, drags you to the point where you are literally dead. That's my contribution to that. And for every parent listening here, our children will become what we train them. That's why in the institute we are so passionate about na dem go dey rush you, so that your child comes to learn how to be a human being. Because human beings naturally are grateful people. So what made the person stop being grateful? Is it that he wasn't taught at home? Is it that the person has been betrayed or hurt in the past and is now using this as a shield? Because I've also seen a case where you are talking with that partner. It's like, I gave my whole self, I opened my whole self to my last relationship, and this person turned my heart upside down. So another person is suffering from unhealed trauma from previous relationships. So it's a whole, I wanted us to just bring that balance. We will not tell the woman, make she just dey suffer and smile. Let's also remind her that she needs to protect her heart and seek help when she needs the help. All right, so let's move on. So we've been talking, be grateful, express gratitude. Share with us some practical ways. Is it practical habits you have adopted in your home, practical routines you do in your home that has helped you practice gratitude, either as an individual or as a couple? So somebody is listening to us. She's saying, okay, I keep hearing gratitude, gratitude. How can I make it real? What are some of the habits or routines you practice in your home?
So you can speak.
And thank you for that question. Like I said from the beginning, our marriage is very unique. From day one, I've been issue of this marriage. We have this fundamental understanding that is founded on the Word of God. So sometimes for me, when I want to do certain things, I ask myself, if it is Christ, what will Christ do? And obviously, what Christ will do is something that is positive, is something that will strengthen the relationship. So, naturally, like I said, we are mutually grateful people. Mutually grateful is core for us as per what we do in respect of this. Maybe you can attest to that.
Yes, I think we can also bring a balance to it, that we didn't come out to be so be this. We did premarital counseling, and then we learned from there what will help us make our marriage work. But however, getting into the marriage relationship, we found out that some of those things really didn't come that easy. And so we had to be intentional about it. So we acknowledge that we have limitations, so we will have shortfalls, and he fills in for me and I fill in for him. There are certain things that he would expect that I should have done normally, and then I don't get to do them because I'm not in the house or I went to work. He fills in, he will just take care of them. But the main thing about it is you have to put each other's needs in front of you. So I come, just like when Coach Nedun was talking, and he was saying in the marriage relationship, it is built on what you can give, not what you can get. So if you have that at the back of your mind, what you're coming in is to give, you're here to serve in it, then you wouldn't be looking out for what is there, why have you not done this for me, what should you should have done this. So you are able to come in and give your best. Expect Don't expect that the person is perfect, he has to do everything well, but you cut yourself some grace and be able to do that. So I would say that filling in for one another, and then listening, not being so defensive. For when we just got married, he used to tell me that I'm ready to defend myself, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I had to learn to be able to hear and understand so that I can respond to it. Not before you begin to talk, I put a wall and I'm ready to defend the reason why I did that. So you're being able to listen, serve, and don't be dominating. Don't come and force your own idea on the other person. Has gone a long way. He does that more than I do. I'm still learning, being able to showcase that in every day. But the mindset that you bring into the marriage relationship is that of which you have come to serve. If you have that at the back of your mind, it will go a long way in you being able to work the relationship.
Let me add this to it, because some of these things, they are not the way we are in the textbook. For me and for us, uh, one thing that actually gives me the energy to appreciate her is the day she decided that I will marry you, and she will marry me. Because that day I was nobody, right? I was nobody. I was a school teacher, and people told her, you will suffer. That day I won't forget it. And I made a vow to her that she will not regret that decision. So that vow is something that keeps me going. It's something that keeps me going, doing what I am supposed to do, not to make her regret any day of that decision. I value that day. So for us men, that should be key to us. Agreeing to marry us should be appreciated until that kid don't come.
The men in that other WhatsApp group, if they catch you, Doctor, okay, Doctor Tio, if they catch you, they are saying the woman agreeing to marry you is something that, when they are saying that the woman should be happy that they found a man
It's not like
that
that
is
too.
giving them his last name. Because I've been in interventions with couples, and then the man is doing stuff, and the woman is saying, you should be happy that I gave you my last name. Now you are saying the man should be happy the woman agreed to marry him. So they are wondering, are you from Nigeria, or did we import you from Jamaica? Even Jamaica people are blacks. So let's talk about I wanted to hear your habits, your habits. So you talk about listening, you talk about filling in for the each other. So is it that when you wake up in the morning, you have a listening session to say how is, because I need us to give people tips, practical tips. Go ahead, sir. What are some of the, I'll come back to you because you have been 28 years. Tell us, how do you practicalize this thing?
It's
Do you have weekly sessions where is a listening time? Do you have monthly sessions? Is it every night before you go to bed you do this your listening activity? How can this be brought to life, gratitude in a marriage? What are your
Eh,
practical
I
routines?
think our practical routine runs like a calendar. One of the practical things we do is family meetings and couple meetings. The bigger ones are done every quarter. Beginning of the year, we want to know our goals, what we want to achieve individually and collectively as a spouse and a family. And that helps us to see how everybody plays into that role and everybody contributes into the end goal and what is assigned to each person. So as we do that, we realize that for us to have this collective outcome, each person is playing his or her roles effectively and not much lacking in the responsibility given to him or her. And so that gives us the idea that we are grateful for every time something happens for the family because somebody along the line is doing something for our collective good. And so that helps us to see once something is happening, somebody behind the team or with the team is doing something. And so we say thank you. Then we have Sundays where we say our gratitude Sunday. So for it to be consistent, we have it once the last Sunday of every month when we are doing lunch together on a Sunday. That's the last Sunday for everybody to say I am thanking the family for this. I'm thanking your spouse for this. I'm thanking because they did and so things. So that make it a consistent way. Another way it happens is again is that anytime we come in the evening before bedtime, we share how our day has gone. So it enables us to express what effort we have done to see that this marriage is working at its best, the family is working at the best. In that expression, you know, see, there are certain things you didn't know your partner went through the day just because he was thinking about you, just because he wanted something better for the family to happen. So the other partner is able to now listen and say, wow, you go through this just because of me, just because of our interest. It becomes an opportunity to know that this person was thinking about us. It now offers opportunity to say thank you in response. Another one is ability to share your feelings. If we are not open to share our feelings and how we feel about each other, about ourselves, about the things we do, we may be insensitive because we are not good mind readers. Even the people who are the partner who is a good mind reader, the other person is not. So in sharing feelings, we want to listen, just listen, just listen. Then the last one is looking at our strength and our weakness. So we did a family profiling on our strength, and we're able to see the things that comes easy for us and the things that don't come so easy for our partner. So that helps us to say that once our partner is showing strength or showing weakness, they are putting effort to be better. And anytime we see a single growth in that effort, we want to notice it and want to say kudos. We want to say well done. Even though it's not commensurating to our own expectation, but there's a growth pattern, there's an improvement, and the person is doing his bit. And lastly, we recognize where is our partner's weakness. So, for example, if we are to go to a place and to state a structure of how things we do, I am very good in it. I love structures and system. My wife loves continuity and play. And so when it comes to having a structure of consistent delivery of a behavior, I will not expect her to come up with it because she believes by her own trajectory that when we come to there, we do it. I don't believe in it. I believe we need to know how that thing will work and start the incremental steps to it. So when I'm not seeing her doing that, I don't expect much and begin to attack because that is why God brought us together. And when I'm too serious to put structure and we need to rest and play in order to rejuvenate ourselves and continue to journey, formally, I would think she's delaying process, but you need to be alive to achieve goals. So I also acknowledge that she coming to say, wait a bit, let's play, let's rest, let's rejuvenate. It's one of those complementary rules that I'm also grateful. And I say it every time to her personally that I become a happier person as a result of you coming into my life. And I'm eternally grateful for that. And so there are milestones of things you could always notice about your partner and say it not just once, but say it consistently. Thank you.
We should turn that internal
So that
gratitude
if I
to
may,
some
I may
dollars.
say,
So even if you
I say it
if
means
you
it's two
just say
of them that the men they are
$1,000.
going to come for. They are going to come for two of them for saying this. But I just want to quickly add a habit that we have is checking in. We check in with one another and just ask, what can I do better? And so far, what can I do better? What is it that I can do for you better? What do you think I should stop doing? Checking in with one another, that goes a long way to help. And of course, the family meetings. When the children were home, we used to do it every Friday. Now they are every Sunday. Every Sunday.
Yeah,
We
every
do it
Sunday.
every Sunday, but now
Yeah.
every other Sunday we do it. We check in with that and see what can be improved on, what is not working and all, and systems. And of course, when we had the program with you that we did, family system, running through the family system on your program there, gave us a lead way. We'll have our vision, we'll have our mission. So at every point in time, we just try to check to be sure that what we're doing aligns with what we have agreed to do. So checking in is very important. And that for my husband is journal. I like to journal. I like to write a lot. So journaling also goes a long way to help.
And
All
to
right, sir.
also add to, at the end
Thank
of
you
the day,
so much.
we sit on the bed, lie on the bed, and we begin to look at each other and what is it, what is it. I still remember when she said, I don't know what my life would have been if I didn't marry you. You know, that one would like to make my head so big, you know. So I also said the same thing. I don't know if I didn't marry, maybe I would be drinking alcohol and maybe falling inside the gutter or this kind of a thing. Because the spiritual aspect of my life, she I will give it to her. You know, she really molded me in that aspect of my spiritual life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. So I just want to add to that person who is feeling taken for granted, feeling unappreciated even for the little things. See, gratitude also heals resentment.
Mm.
As much as it is okay for your partner to acknowledge your contributions, you yourself as a human, every human being here outside of even marriage needs to adopt a gratitude lifestyle where you are able to either every day, weekly, sit and look at yourself and recount the things that you are grateful for. Because when your life feels empty of acknowledgement, that acknowledgement you are not getting from your spouse becomes more painful. But if your life is filled with acknowledgement, it does not diminish that, but you are not so hungry of it. You are not so clinging of it that you are empty. So if you're not getting the acknowledgement from your spouse, we are not saying it's okay not to get it, but we're saying you can take charge of fueling your tank by adopting a gratitude intervention for yourself. Like today, what is that thing that is a blessing to my life? This week, what are the good things that came into my life? So your heart will be overwhelmed with happiness. Your heart will be overwhelmed with gratitude that there will even be so much space to cry and to grieve the one that is not coming from your significant other. I want you to try that because I've used it a lot for many women who feel unhappy in their marriage. Start them on a gratitude intervention. It pales that one they are not getting from their partner because now they see there's so much good happening around me. Why am I not acknowledging this? That I'm not just being fixated on one human being rather than seeing many other good things that God is doing in my life. Um, and another thing that we do in our family is say thank you always. Thank you always. And teaching it to our children. So even if it's, oh, sweetheart, please, can you pass the cup? Thank you. Oh, you switch off the light even without me asking, and you're coming to bed. Thank you for switching that off. Oh, I get an alert. I oh, thank you for that alert. So
Yeah,
embody
alert
the
suit you, eh? Alert.
so you're not serious. You don't know people that don't say thank you for alert. They feel it's your duty. But every alert, I say thank you. Whether it is the big one, the small one, the help me unbutton my bra, I say thank you. Help me hang this one. So making that habit of saying thank you so that you don't wait till the week that you are recounting gratitude. You are able to acknowledge the small, 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 small things. That also helps. All right, Timoke. Why do I keep calling you Timoke? Timekere. It's Madame's glow that is blinding me. I'm just thinking of her name alone. So let's talk about humility. Let's talk about humility as we wrap up. Because when Dr. Tio was talking, he said something about probably when he approached you for marriage, he was just this teacher who was trying to build his life and all of that. And coming from your background and everything, let's talk about humility. What role does humility play when we are navigating unmet needs? in a marriage, because we all come from different backgrounds. We see people of privilege marrying people of not so privilege. We see people of both privileged homes marrying and still. So life just mixes us up, whether two people from rich families coming together, one person from rich and decent home, two people from not so decent homes. But how does humility play a role in navigating unmet needs in your marriage?
Yeah, I think it would be
Because
nice for us.
granted, all your needs will never be met.
Never. Yes, never. It can't be. Humility, maybe we should look at what humility is. Humility is you knowing who you are, fully aware of who you are, but you're choosing to relate with the other person at the level where the person is. That's humility. So you know where you are, but you choose to relate with the other person in the way. So in the marriage relationship, you may have, of course, when you want to get married, you have your list of tall, handsome, fat, all the different things you have. But when you now have what you ordered for versus what you got, this is what you have at this point in time. You have to discard all those ones and begin to deal with this one that you have to make this work. So humility will come in place where you're not, your expectations are not out of place. You're dealing with what you have on your hand as a marriage you have. So if you're married, like when we married, it was as a teacher, what we had was what we were working with and trusting God for something better. So humility will teach you to appreciate this one that I have here while you're trusting God for something better. But when you're not humble enough to be aware, self-aware, to understand the place where you are, you cannot begin to have bogus expectations, and those expectations, when they are not met, it becomes very frustrating, and entitlement also will now begin to be an issue in it. So humility in itself is something we all need, because you know, this is this is what I would have loved to have, but I don't have that now. This is what I have. I'm appreciating this one that I have now, and I'm ready to do this. So you don't go on talking about, your mates are doing this, you're not. You talk about things like, you never listen to me when I'm talking, you never listen. But when you're humble, you're able to accept correction when it comes. You're able to express yourself with dignity, with grace, and not abusing or running the other person down. So you don't come up to say things like, oh, because I married you, of all things, I married you, you should be grateful I married you. That's not humility, that is pride. And so if you're humble, you will be sensible, you will be able to discuss with grace what you have, and above all, be able to pray for your spouse. If you're humble, you will pray for your spouse, because if what you expect, you're not seeing it, and you know what you expect is in line with the word of God or what you want, you should be able to pray for your spouse. Humility will teach you to be able to pray for your spouse so that you can get what you want out of your spouse. You don't run your spouse down, because the issue is, if you're able to make your man, your husband, or you make your wife feel, why would I say, make their self-worth good, make them have good self-esteem, help them to do that, they will go out and conquer the world for you. It means you're not running them down, you're able to make them feel loved, irrespective of what it is you're working through it. Because for me, the definition of marriage is two people who are ready to do life together. They are growing while they are doing that. So it means both of you being in that place. You're not at your best, nobody is perfect. So if you understand that nobody is perfect, we are both on this journey, we're learning as we're going on, there will be no place for pride. So you should be humble enough to accept when you're wrong. Oh, I'm sorry about that happened, we'll work on that. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, thank you for this that you did. Oh, I appreciate that you remembered to do that. Thank you for this. So that will go a long way to help.
Okay,
You
let
want
me
to say
cite
something?
two incidents, two practical incidents in the house in terms of humility, which has to do with me. There's a need on my wife's side to wash her cars, to wash her car every morning before going to work. I decided to do it, irrespective of the cap I'm wearing. Okay? and it's something that she didn't like because she always want me to get somebody to wash the car. I say it's my pleasure to wash the car. I've been watching this car for more than many years, 3 years, 4 years. I wash the car. What am I saying? For me, if I look at my crown, I won't do it. But out of humility, I am doing it. And one thing about unmet need, in terms of feeling
Entitled.
entitled, any day I don't wash that car, if that car is not washed, she will enter that car and go to work without even blaming me or asking me, why didn't you wash the car? So she doesn't really take me for granted, irrespective of what I do. The second one could be, yes, I am the head of the home, the food is served me. After eating, I will take the tray, the food, downstairs to the kitchen. I will drop the tray there, the empty plates there. Just that I don't know how, I don't like washing plates, but I do some of these chores in the house, which for me is born out of humility. And I will encourage women who are here to do same. It helps. It helps to boost the steez of the composure of our wives. It helps in marriages. I know Nedu, you are my boss in this thing. I copy you. I have heard you speak before. you know, the thing is that until people call you woman rapper, you've not started. You know, because that is where the love is. I always say, if it is sham, give it to me. I want to eat more of it. It gives me so much composure and steez.
Now this composure and this.
Wow, for this woman reparting, but let's leave that. Thank you so much. I'm quickly going to bring in Layefa because we have been talking. Yin Layefa, over to you. Somebody has a question there, which I think we should not ignore. Someone asks, how do you manage a spouse who finds it difficult to let go of a past hurt, thereby making the other spouse feel rejected, manipulated, and used? So I'll just quickly speak to that. People heal differently, and people take the time it takes for a person to heal differs from one person to the other. So we should not be there and be saying, this happened since. You should have gotten over it. No, everybody heals differently. So if you have a spouse who is struggling to heal and is not working fine, please normalize for the partner that I understand you're still hurting. Don't come from that. So is it this thing that is still paining you? You can't let go. Don't come from that. Because if you come from that angle, you are even delaying the healing process. And if somebody has been in emotional pain for long and it has not been able to fizzle away, because we adapt, it just means that there are areas of it that need to beam the searchlight. So please encourage the person to seek therapy. Let therapy help the person address what exactly about this hurt is paining them and see how the person can blossom from there. But centrally, do not be in a hurry for your partner to heal, because we all heal differently and the timeline is different from everyone. Over to you, Yin Laifa.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm sure it's been an amazing, amazing evening. Breaking entitlement, cultivating gratitude, humility in marriage. I want to say a huge thank you to Team Okere. You guys are amazing. 28 years. Well, November is just around the corner, so we are safe to say 28 years. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being vulnerable with us. Thank you for sharing so much. I'm sure that we've taken a whole lot. The list, the gratitude routine, I love that list. It's beautiful. The listening, couples meeting, family meetings. We had a family game night yesterday, and it was such a beautiful time for my entire family. Celebrating each member, achievement as they impact the entire family. Gratitude Sunday, the bedtime, showing of sharing of feelings openly. The list is a lot. The list is a lot. And I want to say thank you again. Yes, I'm going to come back to now them go they rush you. I'm going to come back to that in a bit. Now, if you're not taking anything, please hear that marriage at its best is not about what you can get. It is not about what you can get. It is about what you can give. We are swimming in a culture of self-interest. Sadly, this entitlement mindset often sneaks into marriages, and we have seen how to nip that. We have seen this evening how to handle that. We have seen this evening how to throw out this entitlement mindset or mentality, and how to bring in gratitude, how to bring in appreciation, how to bring in humility that will help to strengthen our relationship. The world teaches us you first, right? But tonight we have been taught it to say you. The world says me first. The world teaches us me first, but this night we have been taught you first. Gratitude is a choice. Gratitude is a choice. It takes nothing out of you. Humility is not weakness, it is strength. And so, together, these are the souls of a thriving, selfless marriage. And I will challenge us this night. Let's challenge that culture and let us choose love. Let's choose love. Once again, a huge, huge, huge thank you. Now, na dem go dey rush you. If you are a parent on this call, or you are a young person, this is for you. If your parents are not here and you are young, please call mommy and daddy right now. All right, tell them to sign up. If you are a parent, please, you need to safeguard your child. You need to date prove them, heartbreak prove them by signing on for this amazing program. Now them go they rush you. It is suitable for people 18 years and above, whether you are single, whether you are divorced, you've never been in the dating arena, you've been there, you are in and out. It's for you. Just 8 weeks designed to help you embrace your true self, because the flourishing you is what is going to birth a flourishing marriage. And if you're not flourishing yourself, you cannot deliver a flourishing, marriage. So this is for you. The program is purely online, so distance is not a barrier. Access Academy, I dropped the link already. And if you need more information, please get in touch with us. Okay, so thank you so very much. Batch 4, yeah, will be starting this month, 28th of this month. Batch 4 will be starting. So please click the link and be a part of this, and then smile all the way and enjoy a blissful relationship. Thank you once again, Team Okere. Thank you once again, Coach Dima and Coach Nedu, for an exciting, exciting time. A huge use. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot thank you enough. Please come back here again tomorrow. We are having another one, but that one is designed for the singles. We're going to be discussing something powerful again. So please be here as another amazing couple will share with our lead coaches in the house. Until we come your way again tomorrow, same time, same power, same force. I sign out now. God bless you and thank you.